visit with the 300,000 or 400,000, 500,000, whatever pro-lifers gathered in Washington. But we could give just as enthusiastic a welcome to one representative, our congressman, great pro-life congressman from the western half of Kansas, Congressman Tim Huelskamp.
Thank you, David, and my wife and I and our family, we've been involved in this movement for decades, as many of you have as well. And actually, just at Christmas, we still receive a Christmas card every year from a woman and her family that we helped 2 decades ago. And so some work you do today, you never know how long it will last and make a difference. But I want to report that we are gaining ground in America. The next generation, this current generation, is full of young people who have a conscience about abortion, who favor more protection for the most vulnerable. And let me report that Planned Parenthood and its allies, their lies and misdirection are becoming less effective. More and more and more Americans, despite the media cover-up, are learning about how Planned Parenthood traffics in the harvest and sale of baby body parts to the highest bidder. And Barack Obama, the Planned Parenthood president will be out of office in 364 days. Yay! Or as Planned Parenthood counts it, that's another 364 days that they can kill 900 babies every single day before they run out of time. How gruesome and how true. But I want to report, because we are making progress in winning the minds and hearts of America for the awesome sanctity of life, the culture of death is even more desperate. I see it every day I'm in Washington. You see it every day in your newspaper. You see it in the movies. You hear it on the television and the radio. We are gaining ground. For years, they have hid behind the lie of choice. Choice, let the women choose. They all used to say, let the young people decide. And then they look at a crowd like this, and it's no longer about choice, it's about intolerance. They refuse to tolerate the culture of life. It's about us being made to care. It's about Obamacare's attacks on religious liberties. It's about mandating that nearly every Obamacare policy, almost everyone is forced to subsidize the abortion industry. That's in there. Ladies and gentlemen, last week I was able to attend the last Obama State of the Union speech. From where I sat, up to the far left, I was able to see the 2 bravest women there, the 2 nuns, the 2 little sisters of the poor, being sued by the President of the United States, targeted by the abortion industry and the liberal media because they refuse to agree. They continue to dissent, they continue to follow their conscience instead of the dictates from the White House. Ladies and gentlemen, instead of choice, you will be made to care, to agree, to pay for that which you disagree. Instead of rallies by us and counter rallies by them, this is what they intend to do. They seek to end all debate. That's what Obamacare and its attacks on religious liberties are about. Making all Americans, every one of us, complicit in their evil. Think about it. They're taking on, targeting 2 little sisters of the poor. An entire order dedicated to caring for the most vulnerable, thousands and thousands of our most needy in America, and they need to be made to care. The culture of death is desperate. They are losing in the State House because of the brave men and women here. They are losing in all other states across America, and their last hope remains in 2 places, in Washington and in the courts. As we just heard from our Lieutenant Governor, with the courts, they seek to strike down what we have passed through the democratic process, what they can't stop. With the courts, they seek to strike down. They do seek to strike down the First Amendment, to destroy religious liberties, to invade our consciences of all Americans of faith and life, especially the little sisters of the poor. And in Washington, you know how bad the Planned Parenthood president is, and you know how Hillary is the next greatest hope for Planned Parenthood. And here's the report on Congress. As the whip for the pro-life Congress in the House, I can report there's a lot of smoke, but not a lot of fire. There's a Planned Parenthood investigation committee appointed months ago that has yet to publicly meet. And thank goodness we had an Obamacare repeal bill that we sent up to the president's desk that would defund Planned Parenthood. And that's a great thing. But it was then followed by a spending bill that funded Planned Parenthood until October. A Republican Senate and a Republican House that has the power over the purse, but in many cases is afraid to use it. While our side claims Congress in Washington, we're just not using our power. When Pelosi ran the show, she ran the table. And watch the next 12 months of this administration. It will be audacious, in the words of the White House. And they are in this final frontier. They intend to use the courts to end this debate, to end our rallies. They know we are winning the minds and hearts of America. We know the polls. We know that Americans understand. In 1973, they made the claim they didn't know when life began. Do we know when life begins? Yes, we do. And they know if it's allowed to continue the course that we will win this battle, will we? That's why no one, not even two little sisters of the poor, can be allowed to stand in their way. They intend to destroy our movement. They intend to continue to kill babies. And if we stand in the way, ladies and gentlemen, they intend to destroy us as well. And should we expect any different? Should we expect any different from the culture of death? They're willing to destroy little babies and harvest their body parts and sell them to the highest bidder. Ladies and gentlemen, that's happening today. And the White House is defending that, and your money is paying for that. So why would they not attack us? Why would they not attack our right to disagree with their views and defend the unborn? A cornered animal is the most desperate. And so rise up, my friends, because they are desperate, because they know we are winning. Celebrate our victories here in the Capitol, but beware. The battle is only going to intensify as we near the end. But by the grace of God, by the grace of God and by His mercy, and our works for here in life, we can, we must, we will win. God bless you. Thank you for being here.
Let's hear it again for Congressman Huelskamp.